Oh, we're live. Shit. Okay. I guess that means it's time for your 2016 beer in review. Okay, kids. I'm going to start this off with a little bit of shout out to my haters. Without all you motherfuckers, this would not be possible. You guys have been my inspiration, my motivation. Please, please keep the hate coming. God. Okay, what really started this year? What made it weird? Well, there was, that whole militia in the wildlife refuge, just a whole bunch of white people with a bunch of guns took over a wildlife refuge, and the federal government was like, no. But the white people were like, we have guns. And the federal government was like, we have bigger guns. And the white people were like, but we have guns. And eventually the white people gave up. That was pretty weird. That wasn't what started it, though. I mean, it might have been Paw and his asshole grandkids not having a burger, and then the internet blowing up and everybody having a burger with Paw. That might have been what started it, but no, that didn't start this year. Brexit, no, that was late in the year. That didn't start shit. Pokemon Go, that was a sensation, but that did not start the weird. That definitely didn't start the weird. Ted Cruz is the fucking Zodiac killer. That's just news. That has nothing to do with the beer and review. There was that whole outrash of clowns. That horrible thing. Bunch of idiots. They 19 freaking just so many clowns, and they were just idiots in masks. At first I thought it was a bunch of stupid juggalo nonsense, but when I realized that 9 out of 13 provinces in Canada, 18 countries aside from the United States, and over 20 different states had clown sightings, ICP and their stupid juggalo following does not have that kind of reach. I'm sorry if I'm starting beef there, but you don't. You're not that cool. You never have been. You never will be. You're a bunch of retards. Okay, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even gotten to the beginning of why 2016 was weird yet. I mean, Playboy went non-nude. How's that for a thing? I'm progressive as shit. I'm all for not promoting whatever rape culture you think that we have. Until people are actually being raped in the streets, there's not real rape culture as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, there's that. Playboy went non-nude. I mean, respect for women and everything, but didn't Hugh Hefner and Larry Flint, didn't those guys kind of fight, for the right to have their art shown? I mean, Second Amendment, man. Yeah, Second Amendment. That's the wrong amendment, isn't it? Anyway. Another weird thing that happened in 2016, CoverGirl. Again, I'm progressive. I don't see race or gender or any of that shit, but CoverGirl, their new cover model, is not a girl. It's just the end of an era to me, I guess. It's just weird. I'm not against it. It's just weird. We're going to get into something a little sad for a second, because a lot of people died. This is where 2016 started getting weird. Celebrities were dropping like flies all year. And on top of the celebrities dropping like flies, I personally have had several of my close friends die from cancer, from drugs, from suicide. I had to deal with more than one suicide this year. And, you know, and the celebrity deaths. Okay, I'm going to pick up my list here. I'm sorry, guys. Who do you think was the first celebrity death? Everybody's going to be like, well, it all started with this goddamn monkey. No, you're wrong. Harambe wasn't until like late May. So that's like the middle of the year. You want to know the first celebrity that died for 2016? Was Lemmy. Lemmy died. The first in 2016. Yes, it was December 28th, 2015. But leave it to that motherfucker to pregame so hard he died 3 days early. Following Lemmy, in no particular order, and I'm going to forget at least 90% of the celebrities that did die. Alan Thicke died. Florence Henderson died, finally creating the, weirdest tic-tac-toe win with 0 O's. She died this year. R2-D2, the little midget guy that was in the robot, he died this year, along with the guy that played Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. He's dead. Sorry, guys. Gene Wilder, near and dear to my heart, the Candyman died. Like, seriously. I mean, he's up there with Alan Rickman and Gary Shandling and Abe Vigoda, Grizzly Adams. But, musically, we had just Prince, Minneapolis' own, Paisley Park, the purple one. Respect. David Bowie, Frank Sinatra Jr., Merle Haggard, Robert Stingwood, Mr. Saturday Night Fever himself. Bowie, again, if I hadn't already mentioned him, Bowie again, because I'm afraid of Americans and I don't care. There were 2 astronauts. 2 astronauts. 2 motherfuckers that went to the moon. That might as well be buried on that motherfucker because they're dead. We had John Glenn and we had Edgar Mitchell. Both. They went the distance. They defied science. No, they're dead. Here's a little happy moment in the death. We're going to celebrate this one just personally for me because that ignorant fucking bitch needed to die. Nancy fucking Reagan. I'm sorry, not sorry. You're going to tell me to just say no to smoking plants with the martini in your hand and a head full of fucking pharmaceutical drugs? Just say no? Okay, first off, bitch, I didn't get offered drugs nearly as much as you told me I would, so you lied to me. Like, I want a refund. You're dead now, so I'm not getting my refund. Just rot in the ground and be worm food, Nancy Reagan. You and your piece of shit husband re-legalizing slavery. Morally Safer, the voice of 60 Minutes. Gone. Rest in peace. I won't ever hear a ticking clock without thinking of you ever again. Arnold Palmer, that delicious summertime beverage that you have, that's half iced tea, half fucking lemonade. Yeah, that's an actual person. He was a golf legend. He died last year. Denny Green, probably one of the worst coaches Minnesota's ever seen. Dead! We're going to call that one a win, too. Legends in their field. Absolute legends in their field. Muhammad Ali. Dead. Kimbo Slice. Dead. Dave Mirra. A legend in extreme sports all around. Gone. Taken from us. 2016, go fuck yourself. It was the year of death. I mean, not all of the death was bad. I mean, Fidel did kick the bucket. Like I said, Nancy Reagan. We're not horribly happy with a lot of it, though. I mean, Natalie Cole, that was kind of a sad day. Glenn Fry, I'm not happy about it, but all right, well, that was the start of the weird. And then throughout the entire year, there was all this election hubbub. I don't know if you guys know anything about Godwin's law, excuse me, but that basically says that in a long enough conversation, everybody becomes Hitler. And I watched Hillary become Hitler and Donald Trump become Hitler. And somehow Bernie Sanders was Hitler in there for a minute. But he was the progressive before I want to kill all the Jews Hitler. He was a happy-go-lucky Hitler. Hitler light, if you will. But then, all of the election shit happened, and we managed to elect an angry Cheeto. He's going to be our next president. He's going to be POTUS any minute now. But here's the thing. He starts talking, and like, oh, God, he's the devil, and everybody, all his stuff is going to be just horrible. But, he starts talking, and the things coming out of his mouth start making sense, and that scares the crap out of me because the people that he's hiring are horrifying. I mean, Mad Dog Mattis is the fucking Secretary of War. Shake every man that you meet's hand, but also have a plan to kill everybody in the room while you do it. Mad Dog Mattis, Secretary of War. The season finale of America is gonna be bomb, guys. Trust me. But you know what? This year wasn't all bad. We have some positive stuff. Harriet Tubman is on the $20 bill, although I have yet to roll that bitch up and snort a fat line. Portugal managed to run their entire country for 4 days on completely renewable energy sources. Wind, solar power, it happened. 4 days, the entire country. No oil, no fossil fuels. They just did it, just to see if they could, and they did, and it worked. So that's a huge step for the human race and society, because we can do it. It's proven. EM drives and magnetism. Magnetism was discovered to be a force of nature. Like, they figured it out, like, that's part of it. And because of that discovery, they further discovered things with EM drives and space travel, and it's going to get faster, and we're going to be able to throw a goddamn satellite into space that'll just loop past the Hubble telescope and say, fuck you, bye. We might be able to get to Mars in a couple of weeks. That happened this year. One of the weirdest things that I noticed, actually, that happened this year that I was completely unaware of, you guys may or may not know. Do you remember the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? That thing, a couple years ago, internet sensation, swept the fucking world. Those idiots that poured a bunch of cold water on their heads, they actually found the fucking gene. I'm not saying they cured it. They didn't fix the problem, but they're a lot closer because of all that. Wouldn't have been the publicity, wouldn't have been the money that got generated towards it. A couple of people came up with something stupid and poured a bunch of ice water on their heads because their buddy was dying of ALS. And it solved something. So take that from your 2016 kids. You don't have to be an obnoxious, weird, and asshole like me, but you can. And you might get something done. I tell you what, kids, I've about had it. This is the last of my fucking beer. This has been your 2016 beer and review. And remember, if you're not laughing with me, I'm probably fucking laughing at you.